Today's cook is the KFC Fillet Burger, one of my favourites, really simple to do, but we're doing it today in the air fryer. Now if you've watched any of my previous videos where I've used the air fryer, I like using it because it allows us to replicate to a certain extent fried food, but without all the fried smells that circulate around the house if you're using a frying pan or a deep fat fryer, okay? And for me, that is golden, okay? If you are using a fryer, you can still use this recipe, and this is probably the best recipe that you're going to get for KFC. And you can use this for chicken on the bone, chicken pieces, anything you like. It works like golden, cooks really, really well in the air fryer. So let's cook. Right, okay, let's get started with this absolute banger. I'm a massive fan of KFC, and the ability to create something that's fairly similar in the air fryer is just golden. So this is the shopping list that you're going to need. Of course, you're going to need chicken breasts, okay? So make sure you get some decent chicken breasts. Make sure they're a decent size, because you want one that's going to, be at least as big as the roll that it's going to sit within, okay? Now we're going to make a breading for this fillet sandwich, and it's going to need an egg, some black pepper and salt. And in terms of the spices, a base, at the very least, you're going to want smoked paprika and oregano, but the full set includes ground ginger, basil, thyme, garlic, ground white pepper, and mustard. And of course, you're going to want two types of oil. You're going to want some regular frying oil, and then you're going to want the spray stuff, because we need to top this up to make sure the top gets super duper crispy, okay? And of course, you need some flour, because that's what the breading, the base of the breading is. So this is our breading station. Step one is to create the breading. Now we've got our flour in there, but we need to add all of these seasonings, because that's what's going to give all of the flavoring, okay? So the first one is a big teaspoon of mustard powder. This regular mustard powder, I just love it in so many things lately. So you want a decent amount, because that's going to give you the base flavor. Then you've got a quarter teaspoon of ginger, a quarter teaspoon of garlic, half a teaspoon of white pepper. Then you've got your paprika. Go as liberal with the smoked paprika as you like, because that's going to give it an extra color. And then we jump into all of the herbs. We've got oregano, that's the main one you want here, some basil, and then a little bit of thyme, not too much, but just a little bit, just to give it that flavor. And then of course we want to hit it with the regular seasoning. We've got the salt, so just a couple of twists of that is all you're going to need. But with the black pepper, you're going to want to go to town, because in KFC there is a hell of a lot of black pepper, and I like black pepper in anything. So as I always say, 20 grams of black pepper is not going to be a bad thing. So you're going to add that, and then you're going to get your whisk, and you're going to start to make sure this combines all the way through, and you've got some nice bread in there. It's got some real nice, and it's going to be really receptive to this chicken. So we've got our chicken here, and we just need to flatten it, because as you know, with the chicken breast, it's pretty uneven, okay? So just whack it in some cling wrap and just flatten it out with whatever. I'm just using a rolling pin here, but you could use a can of beans or whatever you've got laying about. Then once it's done, you can see this is now quite a sizable piece, okay? And it's going to be this probably could have done 2 fillet burgers, to be perfectly honest. So I decided that what we do is we make a couple of strips as well. So I just thought I would cut it down so that we've got a nice square that's going to be our fillet, and then we've got 4 or 5 strips that are going to go nicely with this, okay? So let's bread this bad boy, okay? So we've got our main piece, and we're just going to put it in this seasoned flour. Really, really get it coated, okay? Because we're then going to dunk it in the egg, and we want we want the egg to stick to this, okay? Because it's not necessarily going to stick that well. So we put it in our egg and we're just going to cover it. And what's going to happen is that flour that we just put on it starts soaking up the egg, okay? So that when we dunk it back in our breading, it's really got something to stick to. So just, just start flicking the flour back on. Do your best. And I'm always worried about getting your hands completely gluey, but flip it around. And my recommendation here is to just keep patting it down, because what's going to happen is that because it's got the egg is going to like hydrate the flour. Okay, it's going to hydrate the flour, and it is going to be moist again. Okay, so you want to keep packing. And the beauty of this is that when it's cooked, the more flour it's got, the better the breading's going to be. If it's got like next to nothing, it's just going to be like a dusting. It's not going to have the flour, the crunch that we really, really want. Now, here's the trick, right? Once you've kind of got it there, if you look, you can see it's like it's not dry already, but we stick it back in there. And then all that breading that we put on it just a second ago, now that is really soaked in with the egg, so that when we put it back here in our pile of breading, we're going to get like a second helping. You can see it's, there's loads of it on my right hand there that's getting stuck, but you just keep going. It doesn't take long and it's not too difficult. You just want to avoid it all getting stuck in your hand, because you want it stuck on your chicken. Just keep pressing that down, and once you've done that, that's going to be enough. And you can follow that up by doing the strips that you've got, if you've got any. Of course, you may have just cut it in two, or you may just have one big bad boy that you're ready to go. So now it's ready to get the air fryer going. You're going to want to preheat this bad boy, because, it's not going to be hot from the start. And when you put in your fillet, you want it to start crisping up straight away. So stick in a few glugs of your regular frying oil and hit the thing on to preheat. And let it preheat for, 5 minutes or so. So that oil it's steaming hot once you drop in your fillet. So you'll see here, as I said, the oil's in the pan, just like a regular pan, but the beauty is this isn't going to stink the house up. So you can see it goes into the oil, goes in there. Make sure you spray the top just a little bit. The truth of the matter is that we're going to flip this halfway through anyway. So you can see, look, it's already looking absolutely splendid. And if there's any dry bits, just flip it over again, any oil, it's ready to go. So once it's done, take it out, let it rest, for a few minutes, and then start building your fillet. I've just gone with some cheese and mayo, but anything you like will go really, really well. Look how chunky that is. Go boy. Hey guys, welcome back. It's the taste test. So you'll notice that I trimmed up some of the bits of the chicken breast so it will be more manageable in the burger. And this is what we got. We got these kind of little chicken strips. They're not quite as big as the strips that you get in KFC, but they're not too bad. I don't know when we can focus on that, can we? I think they look pretty damn good. So a taste. That is exactly like KFC. I say every time, but damn, that recipe is good. Well, I'll finish that later, because we've got the main event. It's what you all came for. It's what I came for. What do we think of that? What do we think of that? That's a proper chicken fillet, KFC style. So, let's have a little taste, a little cheeky taste. Wowzers. That's good. I mean, it's exactly the same thing as I just had, but it's just a much, much, much bigger piece. Big, chunky bit of chicken, juicy as they come. That's one of the beauties. I'm just looking over there, but I should be looking here. It's one of the beauties of the air fryer. It retains that moisture. That if you try to replicate this in the oven and you slap that chicken breast in the oven, it would be dry as anything. It would be inedible. I mean, back in the day, we all tried it, unsuccessful. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've tried it. If you have, great. Let me know what you thought of it. And what do we usually say? We usually say, thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe, all that sort of usual stuff. If you like it, you know what to do. We'll see you soon for another video.